Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? It's Friday and it's time for Venus Friday Talk. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here. So, my hair just freaking exploded. It's just like everywhere. It's like literally everywhere. My hair is everywhere. Like, hey, I have a fucked up afro today, curly afro. So yeah. So today we're going to talk about sexual blockages of blockades. We're going to do, of course, a reading for the people who are going to watch, and of course the weekend sexual reading. I still have no program to edit videos. I'm still searching because I like to work with Wondershare, but it's going to look that I need to work with Premiere or Adobe Premiere Pro. So yeah, so I'm still searching for a good editing program. And yeah, so today we're going to talk about this subject, and we're going to do, of course, the readings. I have a really nice meditation for you guys, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So yes, so we right now we are like in a Mercury phase. I think everybody knows this. And we also entered Pisces season. Yay! And we all know what's happening. Well, it's Pisces season and there's a Mercury. A lot of emotions is going to come up. So you're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm an emotional person and I have to deal with my emotions. So yeah, it's going to be like, And yeah, so also a lot of emotions about sex is going to come up. Also, a lot of things that is going to that is blocking you in your sexual life is going to come up. So that's why I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to have um and I'm going to dedicate this episode to sexual blockades. I don't know if you really call it like sexual blockades in English, or if it's just like sexual blockages. So I'm still searching for the right word. So yeah, so tonight we're going to talk about this. So I'm going to talk about this subject. So today I also had a massage. So a friend of mine is doing work for me, and I also the friend's name is not that kind of bruja. See, hello Nani, how are you doing? Thank you for watching. So not that kind of brewer is also doing like candle work for me. um and I also did my own candle work a time ago. Also Sherry Wilkinson from Leo Queen Magic is also doing, I participate with her last candle spell. And hey Rafish, how are you doing? I'm good. Are you also good? Thank you for watching. Really nice that you are watching, that you are tuned in. And today I had an I was like, I don't know, I will not say a test subject, but for a lady, Amanda Jones, for a massage. And oh my God, I have a lot of problems with my back because I'm holding in a lot. I'm a Virgo, and also I'm a Virgo hybrid Capricorn. Yes, I do sexual things. That's true. He's talking Dutch, so yeah. So and a lot of blocks, and just I think before we just started I was like listening to DFSN, his new music, and I was like, oh my God, I feel the energy coming again. Because I was also blocked, to be honest. I'm a person, before I think I got pregnant, because I had 3 years ago I had a miscarriage, and unfortunately, and after that my sexual confidence went like pow, pow. So, and I also gained a lot of weight, so that was also really like pow, pow, going down. So a lot of things. Yes, DFSN has new music, girlfriend. He has a new song. It's really sensual. So, and I was always a person that was like, hey, uh, I want to express myself sensually, and I was always dancing in the house, like, oh my God, girl, it's just like it's like here, like you're a stripper or something like that. And I was doing it again. I almost fell. My mirror fell. Almost everything fell because it was like, girl, sit your ass down. I always had a dirty mind, especially I work with Rafish, and he know everybody that knows me for real in real life know that I always had like a dirty mind. So it's like really normal that I'm doing this, talking about sex. And I've noticed that most of the people really love it when I'm going to talk about sex. So I was like, hey, so yeah, so you can have blockages for hey, the biggest blockage is your sexual confidence, because how confident are you in your sex? Hey, if I'm going to look at other people or other girls or other men when I'm helping them, um when I'm helping them, you can see, hey, there's a lot of blocks. You can also have like a blockage in your sexual energy because of, hello Sushana, because of sorry, I'm really the person, when I see something I'm gonna get distracted and I'm gonna say hello and then I go back to my story. So sorry. So you can also get a blockage in your sexual energy because of sexual trauma, just like abuse. It can also block you in your energy. Maybe heart age can also block you in your sexual energy. And you can also get like blocked, not because you endured sexual trauma in this life, but you endured sexual trauma in your previous life, in in one of your past lives. So sometimes we are just like, hey, nothing really happened to me when nothing really happened to me when I was a child or when I grew up. Everything is just fine. We think that, but hey, I'm gonna cope with you. I'm going to participate what you're thinking. So yeah, so you can get like a sexual blockage because you have like a trauma from the previous life. So before I was like, you know what, I don't even understand why I have why I'm so obsessed with sex. Why am I so obsessed with sex? Why do I always want to know about sex? So because I had the workshop, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do the chakra conversations, and I'm going to talk with my chakra from, hey, what's happening, and my chakra told me, hey, listen, you are so your twin flame sexually abused you in a former life. And I was like, hold up. I really was like, what is this? Like, are you serious? So I was shocked. I was really shocked, and I was like, um, yes, you can ask questions. Of course, you can ask questions. Of course, it's the it's I wanted to say it's the bedoeling. No, it's the Venus Friday live talk is so that the people can participate with what I'm saying. So if you have something to share, you can share. If you have a question, ask your question. Just ask it. I'm here. We are live. So if you want to go wild, just go wild. Ask your questions about the subject that we are talking about. So to go back to the story. So yes, so I was like, okay, so I was really shocked because it's weird because you are loving this person in this life, and then you're going to hear that in a past life, in a former life, that person abused you. So I was like, okay, you know what, I need to call my friend Lila from the spiritualist because we need to do a past life reading. So she did a past life reading. So then it came up, listen, girl. She was like, so, Sharita, I'm going to tell you this. So you came into this life because really traumatized, sexually traumatized, intense traumatized. Why? Because I was a hooker. I was a hooker in a former life, and I was like, well, that explains a lot. So I was a whore. And I also had like, she said, yeah, I see a woman and she got really the hair really up, and you also got like big titties. You got really big titties. And I was like, okay, okay. I can understand why I have big titties right now. And she said, yeah, so in this life you endured a lot of sexual trauma, you got raped, men of course abusing you, you didn't want to do the work, but you needed to do the work because you needed to feed your own brother and sister. And I was like, okay, I can understand why I just came like this, and why things happen. So yeah, so I was like, okay, what are we going to do right now? And I learned a lot of that reading, and I was like, all things come into place, fell into place, and I can understand why I was always searching for things about sex. Also because here I'm right now on my pad, on my life pad. If I am a serious therapist, I am a I'm not a licensed therapist. I just do what I do. I'm still, learning, but I do what I do. This story is part of the reason why I struggle with sexual energy, and why I'm so obsessed with sexual energy. Why I'm going to say it's part of my why it's part of this is because I am really honest, and I can talk about sex with no shame. No shame, no game. And this is one of my powers, to talk about sex. And I also have a lot of healing energy, because I also noticed that a lot of men or women that I was sleeping with, that they cannot cope with my sexual energy because it was healing them. So a lot of us like, okay, we're not going to do this, and they were running away, and I was like, why are you acting like this to me? I'm like, I'm the most kindest girl, and you're gonna use me for sex? Like, now I understand why. So a lot of things fall into place, but to yeah, just like Sushana said, I'm just a um I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah, maybe not Nani knows the word ervaringsdeskundige. Um so yeah, so heads, but this was for me an eye opener, because I also know from, hey, I have a blockage and I need to heal this. So in this life, I also endured sexual abuse, and this sexual was abuse to remind me of, hey girl, you need to heal yourself sexually. And when you're going to heal yourself sexually, you're also going to help other people to heal yourself. So yeah, so a sexual blockage can be like from a former life. And I also noticed when I'm going to do the awaken your sexual goddess session with people, that the most problems that we have, or with our sexuality, started with our parents. So when you are a girl or a man, you're going to look at how the sexual energy is between your parents, how your parents are loving each other, how your parents are talking about sex. Do they talk about sex with a lot of shame? Do they talk about sex like it's normal or whatever? How do they talk about sex? I think for the most black people, especially when so my father is from Suriname, my mother is Surinamese with mixed with white. Um, and if I'm going to look at my household, yeah, there was a lot of shame about sex. So I was really, that triggered my curiosity a lot. And so yeah, so a lot of people from Suriname, who also endured this, have a lot of problems with about talking about sex. So a big blockage in the throat chakra, when it comes to about speaking about sex, about saying what you like, because you're going to say, hey, I like to have, I love to get head, but I don't know how to say this or communicate this with my partner, because a lot of shame. Sometimes also a lot of shame is with because of people, the growing up, and also religion, because sometimes the church or the mosque or the temple can say, hey, sex is only for people that are married. I once read a story, and it triggered me a lot. Hmm. Yes. Um, So it triggered me a lot. Why? Because she was really into the church. And when you are in the church, it's just like, hey, listen, you are not supposed to talk about sex, you cannot express your sexuality, you cannot enjoy, yeah, especially when it comes to masturbation, you cannot enjoy sex. So when the moment was there and the girl got married, she could not enjoy sex. So that's a huge blockade for her, because she was like, you know what, I'm married right now. In our religion, we are allowed to have sex with our partner, but I can enjoy it, because when I'm having sex, I'm thinking about, you cannot masturbate, you cannot enjoy sex. Sex is from the devil. Sex is this. So we put a lot of shame into sex, and that makes it just like, how can I say it? Difficult for people to have sex, and to enjoy sex, because sex is a birthright. To be orgasmic is a birthright. I'm going to tell you that even the gods, and people are going to say, girl, you are crazy, but even the gods have sex. So from my house, oh, in my family, not from my house, but in Dutch we say from my house, but in my family, we are, so from my father's side, we are Hinduistic. So I have a lot of affection with this. And sex is a part of the religion, and that's why I'm like more drawn to Hinduism. And you have the Tantra, you have the Kama Sutra, and it's part of the religion. And still, because of the colonizers, it was like, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so Shiva and Shakti, they had sex. And that's how the people were made. And they were having sex. And the positions that they were doing is right now, mostly how people put it in the magazines. This is Kama Sutra. But Kama Sutra is just like a holy book, a holy book. Um, and Jesus, I just stumbled about a text about Jesus. I think it was from the Torah, and or something like Jewish. And Jesus even had sex. So Jesus had even had tantric sex with Maria Magdalena. I don't know a lot about the black gods. To be honest, of course, Jesus is a black man, but you know what I'm saying. So just like the Yoruba and all the other religions, voodoo, and how they do it with sex, because there's not a lot of knowledge available. It's limited in books. So I really need to search, talk with people. And of course, Native Americans also have their beliefs, aboriginals about sex. So I'm really curious. Right now, we can only access easily the Tantra and the Tao. And yeah, I think this is the one of the two most known things about high sexuality. So I'm going to look at the things. Yeah, Rafish, just like you say, in our culture, we don't speak about sex. We really don't. Hey, Latoya, how are you doing? Thank you, Rashif, for your respect. Yes, I endured sexual abuse in my life. To be honest, I didn't endure sexual abuse by a man. So, uh, I think sexual abuse by a woman, I was sexually abused by a woman, and that still was like, hey, it's weird. I think especially because we teach our children that most of the sexual abuses are male, but can also be by a woman. So for me, that was not like red flags. I was 9 years old. And yeah, that also resulted in a sexual blockage, and also in a lot of pain, and also a lot of things, because I endured the sexual abuse. I had problems with being orgasmic. I had problems with giving myself. I never had problems with my sexual confidence because when I had sex, I was like, if you want to have the light on, you can even have like a TL or a LED light on. I'm still gonna be naked though. When I'm having sex, I'm not ashamed of my body at that point, or I'm not ashamed to tell people what I like. Um, but yeah, this was also a really big um elephant in the room, to be honest. And it was really, yeah. And sometimes I really think, it's I needed to endure the sexual abuse, because where I am right now at this point. And sometimes I'm just like, I can be like not happy, but um I think the the form of sexual abuse by penetration, especially for a woman, is like really traumatic. Of course, for me, it was still a traumatic, because it was with a woman, but not that traumatic when when you endured sexual abuse when somebody is entering your body without your uh, consent. So, yeah, sexual abuse is still, you know a heavy subject to talk about, but we can talk about that another day. So today we're going to do the weekly sexual energy reading. I'm going to burn some Paulo Santo. Yes. And when people want to have ooh, a reading, they can just say, "Hey, I'm open." So I'm going to do the sexual energy reading. And when I was walking in the city with my dad, I just found a store and I just saw this love oracles, and I was like, "Oh my god, I need to buy this. I need to buy this." So yeah, here I have another deck, a new deck, and it's really nice. So you're going to check what is the. Woo, but the cards are still needs to be like more flexible because they are a little bit. Ugh. So yeah. Okay. Woo. So okay. Can I please have one card for the sexual energy reading of the weekend sexual energy reading for this weekend? Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, Nani. Okay, so we have the card Queen Victoria. Um, and so when you're going to have a one night stand, it says, "I would venture to warn against too great intimacy with artists, and it is very seductive and a little dangerous. When you have a long term relationship, no girl will go to the altar if she knew all." And wait a minute, what was the other thing? Family and friends. The important thing is not what they think of me, but what I think of them. So what I really read in this, I think last week we also had something with family, because on this card, what triggered me the most is like, yeah, family. So I think last week the card was also, the energy was also from, hey, we need to look at our upbringing, and I think we need to go back to our childhood. But for now, I just think that this card also represent, when I'm going to look at Queen Victoria, and she's like really, I will not say cocky, but she's cocky and really like bad and bougie, but also stuck up. So really, how can I say this? Reserved, within her sexuality. So this weekend, I think it's a really, really, really nice opportunity to look at yourself and how you talk about sex, how you yeah, how you talk about sex. And do you do it like just like me, like from, yeah, I can talk about sex, I don't care, even with my parents, I'm just talking about sex? Or is it just like, no, I don't want to talk about sex? Or do you feel ashamed about sex? Do you think on another way about sex? Just like, how do you speak about sex? So I think a lot of throat chakra work, because she is also wearing the color of the dress is the color of the chakra. You see a lot of blue in the card. So this really reminds me of the throat chakra. You see the color of the throat chakra here, and also here in the dress. So a lot of throat chakra work of how you talk about sex. Are you more reserved, or are you just like me, really open, like, hey, we can talk about sex, let's talk about sex, baby? Okay, I'm also going to use this was the sexual energy reading for this weekend. So I'm going to clear the energy. I'm going to clear the energy. Yes, and clear the deck. Yes, clear the deck. So, no, I'm not going to use the same deck. I also bought this deck, Music Oracles. This deck I also bought is really nice. You see Madonna, David Bowie. I don't know who this one is. Queen. And what is her name again? Amy Winehouse. And this is creative and life inspirations from great musicians. So for you, I want to have like a message from Spirit, from Venus, about your creativity. I need to refill. So yeah. Okay. Going to cleanse the deck. It's the first time that I'm going to use the deck. So yeah. This is for Nani. Can I please have one card for Nani? What kind of message do you have about her creativity? What do you want to tell her about her paintings? No, I don't think it's Michael Jackson. I'm going to... No, this is not Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson is in this deck. But we will... Okay. So, can I please have one card for... Oh, okay. Whoa, this too much cards. Too much. Okay. Going to pick one. Yeah, when he was brown, but he was still a black man. Nina Simone. So, when I'm going to think about Nina Simone, Miss Nina Simone was something else. Miss Nina Simone was herself. Miss Nina Simone was also a little bit hurt of her own past. So, but the beautiful thing about Nina Simone is that Nina Simone used her pain in her music, in her creativity. And when I was drawing this card, I was like thinking like, hey, I really want to have a card for the paintings that Nani makes. So I think this card is really about, hey, you know what, just use your wisdom and also your pain in your paintings. Yeah, because right now I see that you are painting, but you're also painting from a lot of joy. And sometimes it's so you had like faces that you were painting from out of your pain, and then you were painting from joy, and you can see it. So for this moment now, especially when you're going to endure a creativity block, with painting, just paint from pain, and shine your light. Nina Simone was also a person that was shining her light. So here you also have like the Ankh of life on this card, also around, and a beautiful head wrap of Nina Simone. Is really a lovely card of her. Also see a lot of orange, and orange is the color of creativity. So this also says to me that you also need to use your feminine energy into your paintings, your feminine energy from your sacral chakra. So let me see. So the message about the attitude is never trust cures from the system that made you sick. So never trust cures from the system that made you sick. And then we have lifestyle. When love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. So when love is no longer on the menu, don't eat. And then you have inspiration. There is nothing more beautiful than speaking truth to power. So speak your truth in your paintings. Um, because I have the feeling that sometimes you are painting, but you are painting just because you want to paint. And so use your paintings as a power. Use your paintings to channel your pain, to channel everything. If you're just like, hey, I don't know, I'm still getting like drawn to your Yemaya painting that you painted, the series. So you had Yemaya, you had Oya, and you had Oshun. um And sometimes it just feels like that you just want to paint because you're just like, hey, I want to paint a shoe, or I want to paint this, or I want to paint that. But it's not coming from an authentic place, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, not like an authentic place, but like, hey, I want to paint this because I want to. I don't know how I can say it. I want to paint something like that. So, yeah, this was the message. So if anybody is open for the a reading, just let me know. Yeah, this is a beautiful deck. I think we also have like in the deck prints, yeah, from the Purple Rain. We also have Elvis Presley, Beyonce, Cher, Bjork, Johnny Cash as well. I don't know who this girl is, but she really giving me like goddess vibes. Her name is Maria Callas. So yeah, so hey, yeah, especially for you, Shoshana, because you are an artist. For you, also the same. Use your pain in your music, because especially when you're using your emotions when uh with singing, you got more vocal range. Your voice is more deeper. Your voice tells the story. So you can use your voice, because right now you are covering other people's songs. You need to make your own songs, but you know that word. You know it damn well that you need to make your own songs. Transform your pain, transform your thing, your legacy. Transform your pain, your joy, everything. And believe me, your voice will be different. Okay, you got Elvis Presley though. In person, the King Elvis Presley. So this is Elvis Presley, and he's just like, hey, girl. I don't know a lot about Elvis Presley, but Elvis Presley was also really a good example of using his story. Of course, there were a lot of stories about him that he stole music from black people. But Elvis Presley was also a person that also had a really nice voice, because he also used his pain, he also used his joy in his music. And he was a really emotional person. He was also a really even though people will not see it, or he will not let people know that he was really emotional, he used it in his music. So that was his expression. So and this is also saying, stand in your power, because right now you are covering songs because you do not fully believe in yourself. You do not fully believe in your qualities in singing, and that's why your career right now is not going like you want to, because you are not doing the thing that you're supposed to do, and you know this, but you're still in the struggle, like, am I good enough? Am I capable enough? Am I beautiful enough? Am I this baby girl, you are enough. Just like here, it says about the attitude. It says you are king. You are king because you have king energy. And I think it's really important for you that you are going to go in your king energy. Sometimes we just like go in your queen energy. No, you need to go in your king energy, especially if you're going to look like big artists like Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. They also go in the feminine energy, but also in the masculine energy, because they use this. So you are king. Just be the king on the stage. Just claim your place and come with your own things. So here it says about lifestyle, never let reality stand in your way. So just like I said, your mind, your thinking is standing in your way. And you see it as a reality, but it's your own made up reality. And inspiration, always keep heaven on speed dial. So, Shoshana, I hope that you can understand what I was. Whoa, it's really full. I hope that you can understand why I'm saying this and why this is coming up. You have a beautiful voice. You have a beautiful face. You have a beautiful smile. You have a beautiful body. Everything is beautiful. Of Everything is beautiful. You are a beautiful person. You are a king, and you really need to do affirmation work. Really, you really need to do affirmation work. You really need to let your self-love grow. Just like I said, if you really want to have the career that you have in your mind, then you also need to do the work, and you are not doing the work, not fully. So make a commitment to yourself. Just ahead with this Mercury, it's a really good time to remove the things that is blocking you. Remove it, 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 remove it. So Shoshana, I hope that this reading resonates with you. I hope that the reading also resonates with Nani. And then we go to the meditation. So I'm going to clean good care of my cards. So yes. Yes. Okay, thank you, Sushana. You are welcome, my dear. Okay. So we're going to go to the meditation, just like I always say every week. I am a meditation freestyler. I just made this meditation in 5-10 minutes. It's my own work from my own guides. I make them up myself. So if you want to use them, if you want to use them for your own program, so whatever, just give credit where it's due. Okay. So, yes, so today I have created a beautiful meditation for you guys where we are going to look at our sexual blockade that we have, where we are going to clear the sexual and lift the sexual blockage that we have. So, when you are ready, guys, I know I always also need to go back into, you know, I don't even think that I had this thing on. Do I have this thing on? Do you hear me more clearer? Clearer? Yes. Oh, it's still. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Mic check. Mic check. I'm going to sing. Oh, and everybody's like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You cannot sing." You know what's really sad? I have such a singing range. You know, my voice can go really high, 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 but it's so false. I don't know how to say it like in English, but it's like no girl, it's mm just stop it. Yeah, I think it was on, right? Okay, so yeah, so we're going to go into the meditation. I hope that you guys are ready. So I also need to go be more like, because I'm always a little bit hyped up, and of course my energy also needs to be really into the meditation mode. So, so we're going to start the meditation. Yeah, like a powerful range. Like it's really powerful, but it's like so false. Like I know that the neighbors are like every day, like, girl, shut the fuck up. Let her shut the fuck up. Okay, so we are going to start with the meditation. Just like I said, we are just going to start with it. And I also need to be like more like, eh. So we're just going to do a breathing exercise. Breathing, 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 breathing. Breathing is really important, especially when you're going to go and meditate. So with the meditation, I'm going to do the thing here. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. While you're breathing, it's really important that you are breathing from your underbelly, not from your chest, but from your underbelly. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in all the positive and breathe out all the negative. Breathe in all the positive and breathe out all the negative. So, as usual, we are on Venus, and today we are going to discover what is blocking us sexually, and we are also going to eliminate this. So, we are going to lift the blockage. We see a very beautiful garden on Venus with beautiful trees, beautiful flowers, and you also see very beautiful fruits, and they look delicious. Well, you look, you see that there is a very thick tree in the middle of the garden. And this tree represents your root chakra. You see that there is a door, and you open the door and you enter a garden again. So there's a garden in a garden. But this garden is in the tree itself. You walk
inside and you see beautiful red fruits, beautiful red flowers, and beautiful plants. You look and you see a person standing in a distance, and this person is coming your way. It is your guide, and your guide is going to help you clear a sexual blockage that is ready to be cleared and to be gone, to be lifted, because it no longer resonates with you. It is it has no purpose anymore in your sexual energy. It's only holding you back and it needs to be released. So your guide is going to sit with you and your guide is going to tell you what is blocking you in your sexual energy. It's also going to tell you what is stopping you from being orgasmic. If your guide has told you this, it's time to clear and remove the blockage. A woman arrives with a bucket and some stuff. She comes with rose leaves, limes, indigo, and Florida water. And she is going to wash you. She's going to remove the blockage and she's going to clear your energy. She makes a bath of the products. She's making a bath of the limes, the indigo, and the Florida water. Because the roses, she's going to keep it for later. When she has finished making your bath, you stand in the bucket. She scrubs you and she's cleaning you. And while she's cleaning you, she's singing a song for you. And the song is a song of the clearing the sexual energy. It benefits you. It's going to make you vibrate higher. She's cleaning you very well. She's scrubbing, she's singing, she's doing a lot of things. She's doing the work for you. So when she's ready, she turns the rose leaves into a sort of paste and she rubs you in from head to toe. So she's making a paste of the rose leaves and she's going to rub you in from head to toe with this. This is to drench you with love. Love for yourself and love for others. Love that you need because you are lifting up that blockage. And it's going to be, uh, for a while, it's going to be, heavy. You're also going to get a lot of insights, but you need this. When she is ready, your other guide has an information for you that you can use for your sexual energy. So your guide is going to tell you an affirmation that you can use for your sexual energy like a mantra. When your guides have told you this, you're going to thank your guides and you come back slowly. Let me know when you are finished with the meditation. Guys, I love feedback. I love feedback. So you're back, Sushana. How was the meditation for you? So tomorrow it's going to be a dark moon phase. You can use the dark moon phase to clear yourself and also for protection magic, so you can make your protection higher. Oh, thank you. I love you too, Nani. Okay, then. Really calming and also learning. You learned a lot while you're in meditation. That's good to hear, Sushana. So, yeah, so it's going to be
dark moon, and you can use this for clearing, so you can make a bath for yourself to to clear yourself from negative energy, or negative energy that you create or that people send to you. And also really good for protection magic. If you want to do a protection candle spill, the only thing that you need is like a black candle and a white candle. Just lift those two up, and it's gonna be a party. Just set your affirmations, set your intentions. And of course, Sunday the 23rd, 23, yeah, 23, I don't know, but this Sunday, of course, new moon. Whoop, 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 whoop. So with this new moon, really, guys, I'm going to give you some homework. you know uh for this, with this new moon, I want you to put in your intentions what you want to be, what you want to learn about your sexuality and about your sexual confidence, and also about your sexual fantasies, because Pisces is also really good in sexual fantasy. So if you have a sexual fantasy, just write it down, and you never know. So I want you to write down a sexual fantasy that you really want to be, want to be in the air. You really want to do it. So put it as your intention for the new moon. And you never know, maybe it's going to happen. Maybe you're going to have sex somewhere that you're just like, normally I would not have sex there, but it was a fantasy of mine. So just do it, Nike. So yeah, well, thank you very much. 51 minutes. Next week I'm going to be back again, and I just wish you a really, really, really nice weekend, a really nice day, really nice evening, a happy new moon already. Do your intentions, do your magic, do everything, and know that you are magic and that you can lift everything up. If you want me to help you with lifting up sexual blockages, we have the Awaken Your Sexual Goddess session. With this session, you can get like a 50-minute reading, and you're going to get two guided meditations, where you're also going to be in kind of hypnosis. But it's really, really beautiful to have this session. I have a really nice discount, nice action with this right now. So just send me a message and we can book a session. So, yeah, I want to wish you a very, very good night, and thank you so much for watching. So, yes, thank you, and have a nice evening. Bye bye.